The 1996 Constitution of the Republic of South Africa is not merely a set of laws. It serves as a framework for the nation's construction. It outlines the governance structure and citizens' rights. We will explore each chapter, from the founding provisions to the transitional arrangements, to grasp what makes this constitution distinctive. The preamble of the 1996 Constitution of South Africa begins with a strong declaration that establishes the foundation for a new nation. It acknowledges past injustices and honors those who fought for justice and freedom, emphasizing the importance of human dignity and equality, values that were previously denied to many South Africans. The preamble commits to healing past divisions and creating a society based on democratic values, social justice, and fundamental human rights, reflecting aspirations for a future where every citizen is valued and protected by law. The power of the 1996 Constitution lies in its focus not only on establishing a government, but also on addressing past injustices and building a better future. Rooted in the values from the preamble, the Constitution is organized into 14 chapters and 7 schedules. The chapters outline key concepts, while the schedules provide detailed instructions. Chapter 1, the Founding Provisions, asserts that South Africa is a democratic state founded on principles such as human dignity and equality. Chapter 1 establishes the identity and beliefs of South Africa, emphasizing the rule of law. Chapter 2 introduces the Bill of Rights, a compelling declaration of the rights and freedoms of all South Africans, including the right to life. The Bill of Rights includes the right to equality, freedom of expression, access to healthcare, and housing, among others. This chapter was revolutionary in addressing past injustices and ensuring everyone has the opportunity to succeed. Chapter 3 focuses on cooperative government, detailing how national, provincial, and local governments should collaborate and share responsibilities, marking a significant shift from apartheid-era governance. Chapter 4 introduces Parliament. Chapter 4 outlines the structure of Parliament, detailing the roles of the National Assembly and the National Council of Provinces, as well as the process for creating and passing laws, ensuring that citizens have a voice in governance. Chapter 5 focuses on the President and the National Executive, explaining the President's powers and how the Cabinet is formed. It emphasizes accountability, making it clear that the President and the executive branch must answer to the people and adhere to the law. Chapter 6 addresses South Africa's 9 provinces, detailing their governance structures, including individual legislatures and executive councils that allow for local control. This chapter highlights the Constitution's balance between national unity and regional diversity. Chapter 7 focuses on local government, emphasizing the crucial role of municipalities in delivering services and promoting democracy at the local level. This chapter embodies the Constitution's values in everyday life. Having covered the foundational chapters, we now move to Chapter 8, which addresses the courts and the administration of justice, establishing an independent judiciary essential for upholding the rule of law and protecting the rights outlined in the Bill of Rights. Chapter 9 introduces state institutions that support constitutional democracy, outlining a system of checks and balances to ensure accountability and integrity within government structures. Chapter 9 establishes independent bodies, such as the Public Protector, Human Rights Commission, and Auditor General, to ensure the Constitution is upheld, human rights are protected, and the government is held accountable. These institutions act as watchdogs to maintain effective governance. Chapter 10 focuses on public administration, outlining how the public service should operate with an emphasis on professionalism, efficiency, and accountability to ensure that government serves the public good. Chapter 11 addresses security services, detailing the roles of the South African National Defence Force, police, and intelligence services. Given the Constitution's post-apartheid context, this chapter emphasizes accountability, lawful operation, and respect for human rights within security forces. Chapter 12 addresses traditional leaders, recognizing their role and authority within South African society while ensuring they operate within the Constitution. This chapter highlights the complex relationship between traditional authority and the modern democratic state. Chapter 13 focuses on finance, establishing a framework for managing public funds with an emphasis on transparency and accountability to ensure responsible governance in the best interests of the people. Chapter 14, titled General Provisions, covers various topics, including national symbols, the process for amending the Constitution, and transitional arrangements, serving as a practical guide for how the system operates. Finally, Chapter 15 pertains to international law, outlining how South Africa engages with international legal obligations. Chapter 15 of the South African Constitution affirms the country's commitment to international law and cooperation, detailing the rules for forming agreements with other nations and recognizing customary international law's significance. This chapter reflects South Africa's ambition to be a responsible member of the global community. Chapter 16, titled Transitional Arrangements, was established to facilitate the transition from the apartheid regime. It addresses the retention of certain existing laws, the creation of new institutions, and strategies for addressing past injustices, highlighting that building a new society requires careful planning and time. Creating a new society takes time and careful planning. Having examined the main chapters as foundational elements, we now turn to the 7 schedules, which serve as detailed instructions. Schedule 1 defines the geographical areas of the provinces. Though it may seem unexciting, Schedule 1 is crucial as it clearly defines the borders of the 9 provinces. Knowing these boundaries is essential for tax collection, service delivery, and determining jurisdiction for courts. Schedule 2 of the South African Constitution outlines oaths and solemn affirmations, detailing the exact wording that officials, including the President, must use to affirm their commitment to the Constitution and their duty to serve the people. This serves as a powerful symbol of their dedication to uphold democratic principles, ensuring that elections are fair and transparent. Schedule 4 outlines the functional areas of concurrent national and provincial legislative competence, allowing both national and provincial governments to legislate on various issues, such as agriculture, education, and healthcare. This collaboration ensures that different levels of government work together to meet the needs of the people. In contrast, Schedule 5 specifies areas of exclusive provincial legislative competence, detailing matters that only provinces can legislate on, such as local roads and liquor licenses. This division empowers provinces to manage regional issues independently. Schedule 5 outlines the functional areas of exclusive provincial legislative competence, granting provinces the authority to legislate on matters such as local roads, liquor licenses, and ambulance services. This empowers provinces to manage region-specific issues independently. Schedule 6, titled Transitional Arrangements, addresses the critical period following the end of apartheid. It includes specific instructions for maintaining some existing laws, establishing new institutions, and addressing past injustices, emphasizing that societal change requires time and careful planning. Finally, Schedule 7 lists the laws repealed, marking a fresh start by identifying and discarding old laws that do not align with the new constitution. This serves as a symbolic break from the past and a commitment to a future based on equality and justice. The South African Constitution encompasses all its chapters and schedules, reflecting the country's history, hopes, and aspirations for the future. It symbolizes the resilience of its people and their belief in a better tomorrow. More than a legal document, it is a living representation of South Africa's values and principles. Embrace and understand this constitution as it guides you in building a brighter future for yourselves and generations to come. Having explored the chapters and schedules, one may wonder, what does it all truly mean? Caring about the South African Constitution is essential because it directly impacts your rights, freedoms, and future. This constitution promises fairness, justice, and equality, rooted in values like human dignity and non-racialism. These principles signify a commitment to overcoming past injustices and creating a society where everyone has the opportunity to succeed. The Bill of Rights further protects your fundamental rights, ensuring access to essential services such as education, healthcare, and housing. It empowers citizens to hold political leaders accountable and participate actively in democracy. By understanding and embracing the Constitution, you can help shape a better future for yourself and your community, reinforcing the ideals of equality and justice that it embodies. The Constitution provides a powerful affirmation of your basic rights, including the right to life, freedom of expression, education, and healthcare. These rights are guaranteed for every individual in South Africa. However, It also emphasizes collective responsibility to address past inequalities and ensure equal opportunities for all. The Constitution establishes mechanisms to ensure that the government serves the people effectively, incorporating checks and balances to promote accountability and transparency. The South African Constitution establishes independent institutions, known as Chapter 9 institutions, such as the Public Protector and the Human Rights Commission, to ensure government accountability and transparency. These bodies monitor those in power, reinforcing the principle that the government should serve the people. Additionally, the Constitution recognizes South Africa's diversity by acknowledging traditional leaders and various languages and cultures. It emphasizes the importance of cooperation among different levels of government to foster unity while respecting diverse identities. Overall, the Constitution represents a hopeful narrative of a nation committed to overcoming oppression and building a more inclusive society. We are building a better future for everyone, and you are part of that journey. The Constitution is your inheritance, belonging to all South Africans. It serves as a roadmap to a society founded on justice, equality, and freedom. Embrace it, understand it, and use it to create a brighter future for yourself and future generations. Thank you, and please be sure to subscribe to the channel.